Well, don't blame me, folks. People are still chattering about and asking me about the Detroit debate, the Fox News debate in Michigan, where Donald Trump made his now famous reference to his anatomy, responding to a jibe, an earlier jibe by Marco Rubio about the size of his hands, whether that implied anything else. And as I've noted, you know, the New York Times did a front page story on this. It is mentioned in virtually every account of the debate pretty prominently because we are not accustomed to a presidential candidate who makes such references. I thought it was a joke. I also think the insults back and forth maybe are making some voters feel that they're getting too much in the insult department and not enough in the issues department. But a lot of people seem to question whether there are double standards involved. So let's go to an email from Jerry M. Jerry writes, don't you think it is just a little disingenuous of some of your female guests on March 6th to be appalled at the comments of Donald Trump while there is a movie currently being pushed as a women's night out movie titled Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, WTF, advertised on TV during prime time? I am more than certain that teens and younger know what WTF stands for. Yes, you're right. Perhaps it is because Donald does not share their politics, or maybe they are too cloistered to know the language young people use all the time. I am no Donald fan, nor am I a fan of the language being used at the mall, school, restaurants, and most other venues by young people. However, it is the times we live in, and we are now reaping what we have sown. Well, I understand the concern that a lot of people have about the culture becoming cruder. I haven't seen the new Tina Fey movie. I don't know how crude it might be. I like Tina Fey, and I think it's probably pretty funny. And yes, that phrase, it's an old military phrase, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, is very definitely designed to make you think of what the other words that WTF stands for. By today's standards, that's pretty mild. And as far as the women on the panel, I didn't think they were overly critical of Trump, but I did think they were reflecting the fact that they believed that some female voters didn't find the sort of locker room boys club humor as amusing as maybe some of the men did. And that's why I thought it was valuable to have their perspective. So, we are at a point in our culture, I'm not necessarily a huge fan of it, where, lots of F-bombs get dropped and lots of language gets thrown around in a way that would have been utterly unacceptable. There are words you can say now on television, so-and-so sucks, that would have been unthinkable even 10 years ago. And Donald Trump, I think one of the reasons that people like him, those who like him, is because he kind of speaks the way ordinary Americans speak, and he doesn't necessarily clean everything up. So Tina Fey, Donald Trump, didn't think I'd get a question about those two, but happy to respond.